spirit of investigative journalism, this newsletter uncovers the ongoing controversies surrounding Child Protective Services, CPS, across the United States. From wrongful child removals to systemic failures in foster care, we bring you the latest developments, substantiated by recent reports and lawsuits. For more resources, visit cpsbreakingnews.com and subscribe to www.youtube.com/@abolishcps for in-depth discussions and advocacy. In New York, a class action lawsuit accuses the Administration for Children's Services, ACS, of violating parents' Fourth Amendment rights during home investigations. Parents report being coerced into allowing searches without warrants under threats of child removal. This rare constitutional challenge aims to defend families from unwarranted intrusions, revealing how CPS tactics can traumatize innocent households. Spike in child fatalities sparks debate on removal policies. In Washington state, a surge in fatal and near-fatal incidents involving children in 2025 has reignited discussions on CPS removal practices. Critics argue that hasty removals without sufficient evidence contribute to family destabilization, while defenders point to the challenges of balancing safety with family unity. This controversy reflects broader national debates on whether CPS policies exacerbate rather than prevent harm.
Human trafficking risks among child welfare-involved youth. A 2024 study reveals verified human trafficking allegations among children in the child welfare system, particularly those with repeat involvements. While not directly implicating CPS in trafficking, the research shows how system instability increases vulnerability to exploitation, including sex and labor trafficking. Federal reports from 2024 emphasize the need for better protections, with FBI operations arresting hundreds in child sex abuse crackdowns. In the complex world of child welfare, a common legal question arises. What rights do parents have when CPS initiates an investigation, and what remedies exist if a child is wrongfully removed? The core issue stems from the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. CPS workers often enter homes without warrants, citing exigent circumstances. But recent lawsuits clarify that parents can refuse entry absent a court order or immediate danger. For instance, in cases like those in New York City, families have successfully challenged coercive tactics, leading to demands for clearer protocols on parental consent. If a child is removed unjustly, solutions include filing a civil rights lawsuit under Section 1983 in federal court. Parents must prove violations like lack of due process or qualified immunity breaches. Successful cases, such as foster care abuse settlements, demonstrate potential for compensation, with payouts sometimes exceeding millions for egregious harms. Steps to pursue: document everything. Gather evidence of the investigation, including reports and communications. Consult an attorney. Civil rights lawyers specialize in these cases. Initial consultations are often free. File a complaint. Sue in federal court, seeking damages for emotional distress and punitive awards if malice is shown. Appeal removals. Use state family courts to contest decisions, potentially leading to reunification. While CPS aims to protect children, overreach can devastate families. Reforms, like mandatory Miranda-like warnings for parents, are proposed to ensure transparency. For advocacy, turn to resources like cpsbreakingnews.com.
In a wave of outrage sweeping the nation, parents, advocates, and survivors gathered in cities across the U.S. from September 7th to 9th, 2025, to protest what they call systemic corruption in Child Protective Services, CPS, and family courts. Demonstrators in Orange County, CA, and beyond chanted slogans demanding accountability, third-party oversight, and an end to practices they allege facilitate child trafficking and unjust family separations. One protester in Sacramento shared a harrowing story of CPS removing children without due process, echoing broader claims that the system prioritizes financial incentives over family unity. These protests, organized by groups like Family Court Fraud Warrior, highlight ongoing allegations that CPS agencies receive federal bonuses for adoptions under the 1997 Adoption and Safe Families Act, potentially incentivizing removals.
Well, the children are all so far away. Hey, P.S. swoop team, I rough and took them today, with tears welled up in their eyes. No parents by their side. Hey, P.S. wins again today. Don't think it's the truth. Gone away is their youth, and the empty eyes of the parents prove it. Don't you think for a minute you are weak because they're gone. There wasn't any warning for you to follow along. A caseworker has no soul to hold in check. It's why they leave us parents such a wreck. Don't stand for the hell they created. All of our children they stole, our saving. They are waiting at the door for us to save them. We need to stand up for our God and obey Him. He leads us to the battle with a beating drum. The feeling they took his only son. He may be the powerful, our creator. The son he gave to us is our savior. He won't be ignored if a prey is held up high. Those kids were made by us for his endless supply. We are to protect the children at all costs. This game is not over. We have not lost. We have the power He gives us inside. We rise to the faith when it's time. You never stand by yourself. Take God off the shelf and then draw the power you need to beat it. Give you strength. We want you to get in the fight. Your kids will never say goodnight without you in their side. As long as Tiff and the Punisher have something to say, don't give up. We are all here for your strength. Your Lord high in the sky, Tiff and the Punisher by your side, and
won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio, set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio, set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
Turn your mic on.
Hey, Tiff.
Hey.
What's going on? I don't know where Dana is, but he'll be here eventually. But we got a special guest in here. A buddy of mine just stopped by, and you wouldn't believe the story he just told me.
Oh my, put him on.
Go ahead, man. Explain to them. Tiff, this is oh my God.
Hi, Tiff.
Chris.
We met before, Tiff.
Yeah, this is my buddy Chris.
How you doing?
Hi.
So my kids are obviously in foster care. You know, CPS came and grabbed them because they're, they are what they are. But so I've been doing urine tests and stuff like that. So I got a confirmation back a few weeks ago that I tested positive for fentanyl, and I was like, no, I didn't. Bullshit. I said retest it. He goes, well, I think we have. I said, okay, retest it again. I said, retest it again and again and again. I said, I don't want the breakdown of it. I said, what the percentage of fentanyl? I said, I want everything. He goes, I don't think we can do that on a test. I said, damn right you can do that on a test. I said, I've studied the whole thing. I said, you can do it. So he comes back 2 weeks later. Now, after I'm under the gun, my visits are all messed up now. I got to, everybody knows, wash my hands and face like some kind of fucking, loser. And he fucking comes back, test came back inconclusive. So, yeah. I'm like, now, if I hadn't fought and asked for that test to be looked at or changed, I would have been
fucked.
I'd been fucked.
That
You know what I mean? So just go to everybody out there fucking fight. So if it's not right, don't fucking fall for it. It's bullshit.
And then get this: the couple that has his kids are getting married this weekend.
Yeah.
So guess where he's got a baby, a brand new baby that's in their custody now. And then how old's he? 8, 9.
Brody's
9. So they get to go to a respite home for a week.
All right. Then I get to miss my visit on Sunday with them,
so that they can go to this wedding.
Yeah, we're going to try and make the visit up. They said, next couple of weeks. No, they won't. Every visit they tried to make up never has come through. Never. We always get short and get fucked. Mm-hmm. We're always the fucking end of the stick. So
that sounds like they're setting you up for a TPR hearing.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. Well, it ain't going to happen because I'm going to keep fucking just busting their balls. I'm going to stay right on them and keep pushing them.
Yeah, well, you have to.
Yeah, because it's the only way to get it done. If not, you let them slide an inch and they're going to take it and they'll run with it. It's like this test. If I hadn't kept pushing for that, I would have been stuck with that test, and I would have been hung with it.
Oh, that'd have been it for you.
That would have been it.
Game over.
Yep. Yeah, that'd have been it. So
unbelievable.
I don't believe those tests anyway.
Bullshit. They're all bullshit. There's so many things that can mess that test up. Besides them probably messing it up somehow. But
you have the procedure, you have the handling procedures, you have
procedures, that's right.
the chain of custody, you have all of that stuff that they don't even go. Now they're even doing it in people's houses. How are they giving you? Where's the sanitation in that when you do a pee test in the house?
Right, exactly.
Where's that?
Right.
So you're telling me that
do it
that's
in your bathroom.
Right, doing your bathroom into a cup to the caseworker, to the car, to the place, to the this, to the that. Not 2 samples, just 1.
Right.
I mean,
you know what they used to do? Now this is a couple years back or a year, whenever they used to do DNA. They used to swab your mouth, and then you could pee in the cup, so you couldn't fake urines or whatever. You had to, So, but they stopped doing that now. They don't do it anymore for whatever reason. Probably because it costs too much. Yeah.
They don't have enough of the trillions of dollars that they steal from us.
Exactly. Right.
Thank you, Danielle.
There you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's what Chris is going through right now.
Yeah.
So if he wouldn't have done that, though, he just stopped in to tell me that. He's like, if he wouldn't have done that, that would have been it for him. His visitations would have been pulled. He would have been on the fast track to TPR, and that was it.
Yeah.
But because he did that, that just shows you people, man. Make sure that you guys, if your tests come back wrong, then don't take it. Do not take that, man.
Don't bend over and take it.
No.
Throw it back at him.
You have to.
Especially if you had Toby Austin as your CPS worker in Winchester, Clark, and Frederick County.
Mm-hmm. This guy, he was a caseworker, dude. He got found with a huge meth lab, and he's out there picking up and throwing out kids.
What the fuck?
He was the mastermind. The damn meth lab was in his garage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is something.
And he's throwing kids out. And it's fine. You want to do that stuff, but don't be taking people's kids because of
this is an organization that has more power than the cops. I mean, I went to the school and this fellow got taken, and the cops were there, and this CPS worker was waving them around with her little finger, and he was listening to every word she said. He had, she was above him. It was crazy.
Well, she wouldn't act like that if I was there.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be barking orders at Tiffany. You can believe that shit.
Right, but the CPS worker is bossing around the police.
The police.
Well, then he needs to learn what his fucking job is.
Shit, right?
Yeah, well, that just shows you he's got that badge and a gun. He ain't even using that against CPS. No. He's scared of CPS.
No.
Because why? Because everybody is afraid of having their kids taken, period. Yeah. If you want to get to that one soft spot in people's hearts, that's it. It doesn't. You can be the biggest, baddest son of a bitch in the world, but they come take your kids,
and you'll be a baby.
It's over. You'll
be sucking your thumb. You'll be sucking your thumb in the corner,
doing what they say. And jump. That's it. That's the facts.
You might not at first, and then you can have yourself even more hemmed up. But in the beginning,
I don't sit in no corner and suck my thumb. I cuss all them motherfuckers out.
I know you do.
For you.
I know you do.
I'm getting
Grandma's belligerent, screaming civil rights, constitutional rights. Well, bitch, at least you know what the fuck I was saying.
Good God. My God. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
It is.
But they just got too much power. Too much freaking power. No oversight, too much power, too much money. They're giving God jobs, so they get a badge and they think they're God. They play God. That's the problem. They get these they're just like
they go around, making it believe like they're doing a great thing, like they're saving a child. You ain't doing nothing.
The harm they implement by taking that kid destroys that kid for the rest of their life.
I remember when I was helping grandma, the FBI agent. I remember when I was helping her daughter-in-law, and the police were there, and she was in the hospital, and I will never forget what this officer said to her. First, I said, ask him if his body cam is on. So she asked him, and he said, yeah. Anyway, so he's like, you need to hang up the phone. And she's like, no, my advocate's on the phone. And he goes, well, what's your advocate's name? She said, Tiffany. He said, well, I'm telling you, Tiffany does not have the best interest of your baby on her mind. I said, and you tell that motherfucker he be wrong. He's the one that doesn't have the best interest of your child because he can make her leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he doesn't do it. They don't do it.
No, they didn't.
They pulled that stuff with you. Remember at the house? They set them up.
Yep.
At their house to make it look like they were trying to do something, and they did the complete opposite. Just the same way with the police and everything. Stage it with the police, the whole nine.
Yeah.
to get them at their house. It was crazy. I mean, they've done everything in the book, every dirty trick in the book.
Everything. Yeah. We got through casework at the casework.
And you know why? Do you know why they came after their kids? Because he didn't have a license and they saw him drive a kid to school one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Okay. So
that's
you're
that was the beginning.
That's their
of
imminent danger.
Yeah. That was their imminent danger reason.
that's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what they got their kids removed on.
Yeah. She claims that CPS work claims she was at the school and saw me drive up with him. I said, yeah, I didn't want to miss school. You know, I was getting my kid to school. You know, you miss the bus, I'm getting to school. So
that was their
if you miss the school, we're fucked. If you don't bring him to school, we're fucked. So what do you want?
Now they got him in parenting classes, drug things, this, that, the other.
17 weeks. 17 weeks of parenting classes.
Money.
Yeah, they got my little baby in a daycare that is $4,200 a month or something like that. Unbelievable. Like it's all food it's crazy, nuts.
Stuff that a normal family couldn't afford.
You're right. The parents aren't even allowed to go inside the building. They bring the kid out to you. What the hell is up with that? I can't go see where my kid is, for the day in this daycare. You guys bring them out to me? That seems a little weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I thought I love my daycare lady, but I wish I thought she'd lock me out. I will kick that goddamn door in. Do you hear me?
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
Oh man, it's just absolutely insane the things that they can get away with.
My son, he gets everything under the fucking world. I mean, he wants it, they give it to him. It's just, but that's
bribery. That's bribery.
Exactly. That's their way of keeping him feeling, like he's important. Important? So you're gonna buy him shit?
Mm-hmm. Big screen
bribery.
Big screen TVs, video. Yep. Any video game he wants.
Now they've stopped the phone
during
visits.
During the visitation, they were letting we did this Skype thing, and they were letting him play video games while visiting with us. I'm like, what? Get his ass off that fucking video game. Tell him to pay attention to us right now. Turn that shit off.
And this is supposed to be the foster family, supposed to be working with the family to reunify, right? Like they're not supposed to be preparing these kids for more life with them. It's supposed to be, let's get the show back on the road, support the parents, and get these kids back home. And
they want them kids.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And it starts the same way.
And now they let us know that they're able to adopt now too. They want us to know, just in case things went wrong.
Yeah, just in case. That's the whole plan.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see it coming. I see it. But it ain't
perfect little instant family. You know what I mean? They got the little baby, the grown brother. Everything's perfect. Two little good kids.
They got it made. This woman told me one time that she didn't want we were talking about another friend of ours having a lot of kids. She goes, oh my, she goes, I never want to mess up my, down there having all those kids. So she got it made. She ain't got to have no kids. She's got one right there, brother to go with it. She got it made.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't she?
And that's what's happening to these foster families. These foster families are just coming in. How are you not going to fall if you're with those kids that amount of time? How are you not going to catch feelings for them?
You have to. How can you not raise a baby being 2 weeks old, starting from scratch, and go all this way without having any kind of attachment to it?
How old is the baby?
Baby's 5 months now, 5.5. So they've had him since he was 2 weeks old.
Oh, so at the beginning of this, I said, go get your bonding study right away. Go get it. And what did New Hampshire tell you?
The Lord says they didn't know anything about that. They didn't do that. They couldn't. I asked over and over again, and got nowhere. Even asked CPS, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
Well, I will tell you that the 9-year-old, they can't really break the bond with him because he knows who you are.
Exactly.
It's the baby I'm concerned about, because the baby, even if he's 5 months old now or she, at 6 months, they start going through these little funny phases where they don't like people they don't really know. They won't go to them.
Even in the beginning with them, when we started to visit, it was because we didn't know how to soothe them. We didn't know anything. They've been doing it all. And he didn't. We pick him up. He'd cry. He didn't know us. From a hole in the wall. There was nothing there. They didn't even let my wife. They said in court that as soon as he was born, that they put him in my wife's arms. They never did that. They took him right out of the room and took right off with him. And we didn't see him for 2 days after that. 2 days. And then they came in and said that we were in the hospital for 2 weeks. You can ask him. We were there all the time. You know, my wife spent the night, you know, and you got the social worker in there saying that we weren't there at all. You're fucking crazy.
They're living at the hospital pretty much.
You're out of your mind.
And the only time they left the hospital is when they forced them to leave the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
They trespassed you?
No,
it didn't get to that bad.
No way. No.
But
they trespassed you here in Virginia.
No shit, really?
Yeah, they will. That's why the officer's there. Once CPS says we assume custody, the officer says you have now been trespassing. If you come back, we will arrest you.
Wow, that's crazy. No, never got to that here at all. I think we would have had to put up a lot more hell than that, but no. Huh.
Right.
That's bullshit.
It's crazy.
It is.
Absolutely. Wow. So yeah, that's where they're at. They're at month 6 now of this.
Month 6,
and so the
and we thought, you know, at first they said, oh, you probably less time you can get your kids back is 3 months. So, you know, at the 3rd month, they're like, well, we haven't even started this yet. You know, we haven't, you know, none of this has even started. Your year hasn't even started. Our year didn't start until like 2 months ago or something like that, a month and a half ago. We had our first court like hearing, you know, and that was just ridiculous. So now we've been going at this for that long now, and they're still saying that we're just beginning. We're in the beginning stages of it. I don't feel we have. I think we started it a long time ago.
You shouldn't. You've never even been in it.
No,
right.
Not at all.
But yeah, that's good. That's real life right there. Real life story.
It is, 100%. 100%.
And we hear them all day long too. All day. You know, and it's what is it going to take? What's it going to take for this to stop?
Change is coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I feel the same. I do.
But what are we going to do, like in this situation where it's them, it's me, it's you know, it's you, it's you know, like what about all of us who've already lost this fight?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that? What's going to be done about that?
What are we getting out of that? Right. Where's the 5 months I lost with my kids? You know, and our baby boy. You know, I mean, nobody can give us that back. You know.
They take the one thing away from you that you can't get back, and that's time.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. You're correct. My wife will never get that bonding moment back with because she wanted to bond with this baby so bad. She'll never get that back. She'll never. She cries every night about that. You know, every night. Sucks.
Wow.
You don't ever hear men talk about this stuff so much. You know what I mean? It's always women stories. You never hear about the guys. Yeah. But this just shows you the guys. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same feelings, the same emotions. It's the same.
Listen, me and my son were closer than close. Both, you know, the two of us. We, you know, to the point where my wife was jealous over it. You know, we just shared a bond that was just, you know, unbreakable. Still is too. You know, it really is. Me and him are still. You know, he still said he's coming home. When he gets home, he wants this, that. You know, so he hasn't changed his thoughts at all. He's right on track with, you know, with all this, and he's closed right up for them. He won't even talk to them about anything. You know, so he knows where home is.
Yeah.
Who mom and dad are.
And it begs to say, what is about this? What if they do TPR them now? The damage that they're going to redo to this kid.
Oh, and they've already fucked him up. He needs counseling now. They have fucked him up so bad. They can't even tell you. You know, he don't.
This kid used to call and make sure that he was home with him that night so he could go to bed. And you know what I mean? You had to lay in bed with him to get him to sleep and
read him a book every night.
Read him a book and all this stuff. And they just come and take him out of the home.
Yeah, he'd never been away from home. First night away from home was when they took him. First night away from me. Yep. And my wife. Never been away. He cried the whole night. We talked to him on the phone. Yeah.
That's why I said they rip these families apart that are not being abused, neglected, or anything because they're not damaged. They're only damaged when they're removed. And then they try to erase all the memories of the biological family, both sides, and say, well, I don't get me started. Just know that they're lying to them. Okay.
I know they are. I know and damn well they are. And he won't fall for it. He knows. You know, it's like when I came into school that day, what did I do? What did I do, Daddy? I'm sorry. What did I do? I said, you didn't do nothing. I said, you didn't do nothing. I said, you told the truth. And I said, that's what we told you to do. I said, you didn't do nothing wrong. You know, because they asked me to drop him off. Because my dad did. He ain't lie. He don't have to lie. He's too young. He don't know what that is. You know, he don't know to lie, really. You know, and, you know, so in like the first, our visitations, you know, if he fell down and we were playing ball or something like that, he got hurt. my dad didn't do it. I did it myself. I'm okay. You know, to the woman that was, you know, supervising the visit. You know, so this is all left all this, you know, anxiety in him. You know what I mean? He's just, you know, he doesn't know what's what. He doesn't want to, you know, in court, he's going to listen to every word they say because he doesn't want to get in trouble, and he don't want us to get in trouble. He doesn't want my wife to talk to the foster mother because just in case, you know, they get into an argument. You know, it's crazy. You know,
the position that they put the kids in is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
I mean, this is really, it's all on them. It's all on the kids. You know, like they have no choice but to act how they have to act because they've got to go back to this house and live.
A phone call stopped. A phone call stopped. All of a sudden now Braden, he didn't want to call home and he didn't want to talk anymore on the phone, you know, and that's not him. You know, that, you know, he couldn't wait to say goodnight, kiss at night, you know. And so now I don't even get to talk to him on the phone now. And all that's ended. And when I asked him about it, he goes, "No, Dad, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's how I want it. Just like, no, I want it like that." I said, "You do really?" And, you know, and our visits, every time we go, he'll go to cry, choke up, and he sucks it up and he doesn't do it. You know, I said, "Boy, so you gotta let that out." I said, "Don't hold that in." I said, "You gotta cry."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "You're telling him what he can wear, what he can't wear." You know, it's just nuts.
Yeah, he's not allowed to wear these anymore because these are wife beaters.
Can't wear sweatpants, sweatsuits to school no more. You know, can't wear any of that. You know, just it's crazy.
Culture shock.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry you're going through this.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, I tell you what, it's the worst thing I've ever gone through, ever.
That's the only thing. It's one of those things. It'll take you right down. It'll strip you right down of everything.
It has.
It will strip you right down of everything. And I mean, what is it going to take? What does it take? You know, because people watch this, they say, "Well, whatever." No one cares. But you put a little puppy on here or something, or a little dog, and you know, it's searching for something to eat, and oh, look at the little dog. This is so. Let me donate $25 to that or whatever.
Put my kid on here crying. Tell me he wants to go home. See what they do.
That's exactly what we should do. We should make a video of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, let them see what it's really like. You know, for a child to be fucking crying after the mom and dad.
Yeah, because all they are is numbers. They're not people.
Nope. He ain't got a name. He's got digits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even on your court case.
Dollar sign at the end, you know.
That is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Man.
Yeah. And I looked up like the Indian heritage. I did more research on that.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah. And so now, at first, the CPS worker didn't. Now I get my, you know, something like that. You know, trying to you know, turn me away from it and all that. So he goes, "Yeah, the tribe will come and take him, and then, you know, you'll be fighting with them." I said, "No." I said, "I probably wouldn't be fighting with them." I said, "Because it'd be my tribe. You know, why am I going to battle them?"
Actually,
yeah.
Let me tell you, I've done two of those cases.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what happened in both those cases. Once the tribe got involved, CPS is no longer involved. They have their own people.
Yep.
Those cases were closed and the children were returned home.
Exactly.
Well, remember we were trying to do that stuff with Chris. This is the one that we were talking to that night when we got all the April stuff.
Yeah, you got all the information from me. So I'm still working on that, still looking into that too. So I'm from Florida, so the tribe is from, my real father's from Mexico, and his mom and his dad are from Mexico, but she's the one that's full-blooded Indian. So it's somewhere in there. There's a Seminole or something like that, you know, tribe. So there's a couple I can look into to see where if I can track it down. So it's just taking a little work, but you know, I'm not gonna let it go. You know, could be the whole difference in the whole fight.
You shouldn't. They should have already contacted them. If you said that you're attached to a tribe, they're supposed to contact them.
They want to know which one, and you know, and I'm not sure which one it is either. So it's like, you know, like I don't know a lot about my real dad. He wasn't around, you know, like when I was a month old. But his father and mother, they were around for a while, you know. So it's you know, a little bit of, like I said,
there it is, right there too.
Tracking it down, you know.
There it is.
That's a whole different system for the aqua.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I hear. So
yeah, you get in that. They come in for they don't like this stuff at all. And
well, they shouldn't. They should know right where, you know, they should know.
So anybody that has any sort of Native American blood in them, you best be, because you only need to have what, an 8th, I think, is that right, or 16?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that much, but if
Right.
you can prove that you're with the tribe, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like that, and I've been doing this a long time, and those were recent. And the tribe came in, took the case, closed it the next day. Children went right back to their parents.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it should be. You know, and they can't use this whole drug shit. You know, I've had a clean urine test for a year now, fucking year. You know, when they first got involved, and I still, so they really ain't got shit over me besides that driving thing. You know, bringing him to school.
And at what point is this harassment that they keep drug testing you over and over and over when your case had nothing to do with drugs to begin with? You've always had a clean urine. Why is it that they keep pounding you and pounding you and pounding? Well, obviously it's because of the money. How much does each drug test cost?
Well, not only that, see what they do is they like to pressure you, right? If they know you have a history of drug abuse or any of that, they pressure you because they keep pressure and keep pressure and keep pressure. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to relapse.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping. Yeah. Well, if anything, it's turning you more away from that. Fuck them. You know, and push.
And they know that relapse is part of recovery, so they know that they'll get you.
Yeah.
You know, so this is what they do.
Every time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Joe, that's enough to piss you off.
Yeah, it is.
Boils my blood inside. Like there's nights where I go to bed and I'm so mad and I'm crying, but I'm crying like a lot of anger, a lot of a lot of heartbreak. Just sucks. I never shedded so many tears in my life.
Nope.
Ever.
Well, that's not imminent danger. That's not even exigent circumstances. Okay. It's very clear. Death, bodily injury, or serious physical harm.
Correct.
It doesn't say you have to have a driver's license to take your kid to school.
No, I'm not under the influence. I'm not under the influence. So and they, there's never been a drug in the house. When my mom was living at the time, my son doesn't even know what drugs are. When they interviewed him, he didn't even know what drugs were. He told me, my parents don't do drugs. No drugs. He didn't know what there was. And they tried telling us that he said that we weren't taking cocaine. He didn't know what cocaine is. And he even said that. He goes, I didn't say that. He goes, I don't even know what cocaine is. I didn't tell them that. And they're like, where did you learn that? And like, you didn't learn that. You didn't know what the hell you're talking about. It just went back and forth in that too. It's like, okay, my 9-year-old's gonna be saying that. Okay.
Well, if he learned it from the DARE program.
Exactly. He learned it from in school, right? He didn't learn it from our house. Exactly. And then in the second way you look at that, you feel good about that. You're telling you we ain't taking cocaine. We ain't taking, think about it. You can't go wrong with that one. Stupid. Just the things and the lies, the things that were said in some of the paperwork, just lies and things that were just not even true. We don't know where they came from. Nobody ever said that. I wish if I was smart, I wish I would have tape recorded all of our from the beginning. Tape recorded everything from right go. Had a tape recorder and just fucking recorded every little word that was said. I really do. But you don't think that it's going to come to that. You don't. So everybody out there doesn't think.
Somebody was like, my caseworker says she doesn't, I don't have her consent to record her. Here I go. You don't need her consent. She works for the agency. You have every right to record her. She goes, great. And we're a one-party state anyway. I said, don't even tell her.
No, fuck no. No.
Everybody should get those little pin microphones. Those pin things. Put them in their desk.
Little fucking camera.
Keep that stuff on there because there's rules out there that say that corruption. If you're trying to film for corruption and everything, then all bets are off on the table. Yeah. All the rules don't apply. Like if you're worried about seeking corruption, then put the camera up. Yeah. Make them do that.
Cops get body cams. We can't wear body cams. I mean, think about it. It doesn't make no sense. We can't protect ourselves, but they can protect themselves.
Right. They don't want to. They don't want to do that. They don't want to put body cams on because then they can't lie anymore.
Right.
That's right.
That's what that all comes down to.
Yep.
That's all what it comes down to. That's what's like this right here. Yep. Keeping CPS honest.
Yeah. That's right.
But see, you won't see anything about that. You won't see anybody talking about it. You know what? That doesn't even get legs. That doesn't even get legs to talk about getting CPS people.
No. This is going to be the issue. If I bring that up, they're going to be like, oh, Miss Wise, we don't have the money for body cam for CPS workers. We barely had enough money for the police officers.
Yeah.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I bet you there's companies that would go ahead and donate those body cams to the caseworkers.
Man, I've heard so much bullshit since I've been involved in this. It's just fucking, it's crazy.
Oh, and you're about to hear a whole bunch more.
I'm sure. I'm ready for it.
Erica, no, I didn't. My phone is dead and it's actually charging. So I'll have to check on my messages after it charges.
Body cams to CPS. Let's see if there's a stat on this.
Oh, John, I believe that. I believe everything you're saying. The Catholic Church, they've been having a lot of controversy about them little preachers up in there.
Boy, oh boy, that's a whole nother story.
Boys.
It's a whole nother story. Damn.
And they've been trying to cover it up for years, but it's coming out.
Yeah. But come on, you put these guys in positions where they're not allowed to be married, not allowed to have sex, not allowed to do anything. Shit. You know, they're just pushing them to fuck up too.
The justice awarded grants totaling $23.2 million to 73 local and tribal agencies in 32 states to expand use of body cameras. So that's just for the police departments.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just one article.
Every
so,
time
I mean,
you know that there's body cam.
Everybody has body cam on.
Yeah.
And
do.
Undermine the promise of body cameras. It says hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars have been spent on what was sold as a revolution in transparency and accountability. So, you know, it's you know, they're going to try to say that it's not cost effective, right? That's what they're going to say.
Cost effective.
How many companies donate cams to CPS? CPS wear body cams. I mean, that should just be a no-brainer. Why is that a no-brainer? These are kids. These are kids. These are little kids.
Everything should be recorded in video. Everything.
With the fight of their lives on hand. Why are they don't have recorders at them? It's crazy.
They should want to prove their point. They should want to prove that they're in the, you know what I mean?
Well, if they're supposed to be saving the world, right?
Right, exactly.
I wish every state Supreme Court ruled like New Jersey Supreme Court. Supreme Court case, I forgot the case, but anyway, their New Jersey Supreme Court said to CPS that parents no longer have to defend themselves. You have to prove they're guilty.
Right on. Yep. I fucking hear that.
Oh, that's what they said in New Jersey?
Yes.
Oh, they did say it. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yes. But here's my thing. The petitioner has the burden of proof. So CPS is petitioning the courts for an emergency removal order.
Right.
The first thing they're doing is ex partes, which if you read in any law book or paralegal book, clearly says ex partes are unethical.
You can do an ex parte about anything. You can do it. I could go into a hospital. You could have a kid. I could go into that hospital, not know you, but know the name, and I could fucking put an ex parte on your act and take your kid without knowing any information. You know, hardly, except to say that you were on drugs, you did this, and make up all kinds of shit. And I, you know, I can come take your kid that day. But
here's the thing: those ex partes are a violation of the 14th Amendment and the 6th Amendment. You have the right to face your accuser, and you have the right to due process before action is taken against you.
Right. Yeah. That's a whole nother story too. When we had our other child, the grandmother came in and took the child right out. And I got together with my wife, 13, 14 years ago, and she was 3 months pregnant at the time. And the husband was not the husband, but the father was in prison. And he had gotten out, but the grandmother had some serious pull somewhere. So we had the kid. We didn't tell them, and they called the hospital every day to find out if she, was there having a child yet. And they got lucky, and so they came in, barged in, and she told them they had to get out. So they ordered them out of the hospital, and the grandmother on a Saturday got a judge to award her custody, and the kid had only been born for not even 24 hours. And she came and took him at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday out of the hospital and took him home. And for 2 weeks until we had the hearing. And then, of course, the court gave him back because it was all bullshit. But, I mean, she should have been fucking held in some kind of some charges against her for doing that shit. My wife just got them breastfeeding, and they came in and took him.
Wow.
Up right there. Think about it. That's crazy. And she was pissed off because we wouldn't let them in. Yep. on a Saturday. You got a judge to sign those orders on a Saturday somewhere at that time of night. So someone had somebody in their back pocket.
Well, first of all, and now I've had 4 kids.
Yep.
I don't want anybody in that room with me, especially if they're going to irritate me, because I threw water pitchers. I cussed everybody out.
Yep.
No, you do not need to be in the room with me while I'm in labor, because if you think I'm a bitch now,
Right.
I was horrible.
And think you want to run a video camera in there too. Bullshit.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Get the fuck out.
It's crazy.
But this person had threatened my wife in the beginning, with bodily harm. I'm gonna let him in the room while I'm having the kid? No, I don't think so. And at the time there wasn't even no DNA proof that he was a father. He was, but still, no proof.
I remember I was watching Judge Judy, and some lady was like, "Oh, they wouldn't let my mother-in-law there." And this is what Judge Judy said: "Who the hell wants their mother-in-law in there while they're giving birth?"
Right? Exactly. Right. Who the hell gets along with the mother-in-law? Period. Much less have them in there for birth. Fuck.
Watch this here.
Oh, that's.
Welcome to News 3 at 6. I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Eric Franke. A mother claims Child Protective Services is blocking her from her daughter.
Rock County reporter Valina Jones brings us this story from Beloit.
A Beloit mother says she's living a parent's worst nightmare, struggling with CPS for months now to regain custody back over her daughter. A Rock County supervisor says implementing body cameras on CPS workers could prevent this from happening in the future.
Oh, yeah.
It's remarkable that a child can be kidnapped by people who work for us in our county that are supposed to be here to protect the public.
After her daughter's birth, Alicia Gazabian thought she'd be taking her home.
It all began with a false accusation that was made by an anonymous caller to CPS. From there, CPS then went on to set up a court date without my knowledge, failed to inform me of the court date, then without consulting me, had gone to the hospital and picked up my daughter with this one.
Gazabian, a mother of 3, says CPS acknowledged the accusations were false, but still suspected her of neglecting her newborn daughter, Ileana.
What do you call these?
Wow.
Alicia has been trying to work with CPS, but still has yet to bring her 2.5-month-old daughter home.
Any sort of interaction that I've had with CPS has been misconstrued.
Interactions like this home recorded visit. It's the reason why Rock County Supervisor Greg Addy wants all CPS workers to be required to wear body cameras.
It's a two-way pendulum that works both ways. It swings to the favor of the mother and it swings to the favor of the caseworker.
Addy hopes the cameras would provide an objective account. If the resolution passes, it would be the first of its kind in the state.
We need truth to be done if our court system is going to stay a viable court system.
Alicia is scheduled to be in court next week, where she hopes to regain custody back over her daughter. We did reach out to both CPS and the county. The county tells me because this is an open case, they cannot comment at this time. In Janesville, I'm Valina Jones, WISC News 3.
1,000.
When was that? What year is that?
That's from that's a long time ago. 10 years ago.
What?
10 years ago. 10
I
years.
guess
Nothing
I
changed.
guess there was no follow-up.
Nope. Because you know why? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Nope.
They don't give a fuck.
Nope. They don't care about accountability. Yeah, I mean, Eric, you usually have cameras everywhere. If CPS is coming into your house, then you need to have cameras on everything, every angle, every bit.
Yep.
It's just absolutely asinine. Absolutely freaking asinine.
So I just want to remind everybody, I'm gonna get Darren the stuff for the rally on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we have the rally Saturday coming up. Oh yeah, I have the thing. Hold on.
And I will send you that stuff when my phone charges.
Down
so
in
Virginia?
Yeah. Well, we do it on
West Virginia.
Nice. West Virginia?
Winchester, Virginia.
You said West Virginia. I said, holy moly, Tiff. Wow.
No.
Yeah, so 1 to 3, right?
It's from 1 to 3. and there'll be some families talking. We have packets, but they're just for Virginia. But the stuff that's for everybody, I'm gonna send to Darren.
Nice.
And I forgot what else I was gonna say.
I'm looking for the damn thing.
I don't remember what else I was gonna say.
Was that good? Huh? It's that cold you're fighting, too.
It's what?
Yes, that
pollen.
Pollen cold. Yes.
The pollen is bad here this year.
Bad everywhere.
Bad in the whole place. Wow. Well, I don't know what happened to Dana, but he didn't come in today.
That's all right.
Well, Toll and Roill is kicking ass, guys. So we'll do some updates with them tomorrow. We got the surprise show. We got all this stuff. Thanks to Chris for sharing the story with us. That was really cool.
Anytime.
You know, this whole situation's hard, and like we got people on our own team going through it. So, we all go through it, man. It doesn't get away from any of us. So let's pray for everybody that's going through it. Right?
What?
So let's pray for everybody that's going through it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We need God. Jesus, that's how we've been getting things done here lately.
That's damn right. We need the man upstairs.
That's all right.
We'll see you all tomorrow, guys.
For the horse. A list of reasons, long as sermons, why I never needed God. Then I heard his voice. Well, the children are all so far away. APS swooped in, I rough and took them today, with tears welled up in their eyes. No parents by their side. APS wins again today. Don't think it's the truth. Gone away is their youth, and the empty eyes of the parents prove it. Don't you think for a minute you are weak because they're gone. There wasn't any warning for you to follow along. A caseworker has no soul to hold in check. It's why they leave us parents such a wreck. Don't stand for the hell they created. All of our children they stole our worth saving. They are waiting at the door for us to save them. We need to stand up for our God and obey Him. He leads us to the battle with a beating drum. He knows the feeling. They took His only Son. He may be the powerful, our Creator. The Son He gave to us is our Savior. He won't be ignored if a praise held up high. Those kids were made by us for His endless supply. We are to protect the children at all costs. This game is not over. We have not lost. We have the power He gives us inside. We rise to the faith when it's time. You never stand by yourself. Take God off the shelf and then draw the power you need to beat it. Beat it. Draw the power you need to beat it. Beat it. When Tiff and the Punisher are hosting their show, rally around them, let's get up and go. They give us the strength to fight for our rights. Tiff and the Punisher are here to give you strength. We want you to get in the fight. Your kids will never say goodnight without you in their side. As long as Tiff and the Punisher have something to say, don't give up. We are all here for your strength. from coast to coast. Families fighting back, Toll and Roill's on the road, no turning back. Here's a tale of a crew, 40 strong and true. Ditch the ego, the pride for me and you. They spot the cracks in America's dream, with hearts of fire and a radiant gleam, shaping futures for folks lost in the fall, chasing direction from the greed dog's law. House slipping away, laws gone rogue, kids in the crossfire, it's a heavy load. But family's not for sale, no map on the wall, help's knocking now. Answer the call, Toll and Roill, ring that freedom bell. Fighters for the fallen, breaking every spell. No shame in the struggle, you're not alone. Roll up our sleeves, claim what you're on. Toll and Roill, freedom bell rings loud for every family standing proud. Toll and Roill, yeah, we're here to fight. If it's right, we'll light up the night. Billy Rennie leads with fire in her eyes, lost her ranch to lies, but she still rise. Sheriff Max got the badge, constitutional might. John Bloom's in the mix, turning wrong to right. When the world's walked away and shadows creep in, they're your equal, your kin. Let the healing begin. Greed's infection spreading, but we won't fall. Closer than you know, they've inked it all. No chase for the spotlight, just ending the pain. Freedom's for us, break every chain. Toll and Roill, ring that freedom bell. Fighters for the fallen, breaking every spell. No shame in the struggle, you're not alone. Roll up our sleeves, claim what you're on. Toll and Roill, freedom bell rings loud for every family standing proud. Toll and Roill, yeah, we're here to fight. If it's right, we'll light up the night. Our forefathers dreamed it, not for the elite. This land's for the people, feel the heartbeat. From OC to DC, convoy on the move. Audit the fraud, got nothing to prove. It's no fancy war, just rights we hold dear. When that bell tolls, lose the fear.
Tiff and the Punisher ready for a stand, facing down the system with a plan in hand. Families torn apart, it's a painful sight. They're here to make it right. under the moon's soft light. CPS on the doorstep, knocking at the door. Mothers crying, children hiding on the floor. Fighting for the family's hearts, heavy yet bold. In every whisper story, the truth is being told. Free our kids, save the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found. Podcasts and voices breaking through the noise, speaking for the silenced, giving them a choice. Breaking down the walls, lifting up the veils. Truth comes marching in, guided by the trails. Fade backing down till the dawn's early light. Standing tall and firm, ready for the fight. The world may try to silence, but they won't be ignored. Freedom's melody echoes in every chord. Free our kids, save the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found. Kids, save the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found. Justice is found. Freedom found.
A father's tears fall like the rain. A mother's cries locked in pain. No gavel should steal what love has made. This war at home needs a barricade. We fight for hearts we won't forsake. No more lives for the system to break. Stand as one, make parenting great. Together we'll rewrite fate. The family fire keeps us alive, but cold hands threaten what should thrive. Shadows creep where justice should glow. It's time to end this silent woe. Paper lies bear the weight of loss, but souls aren't sold, there's no cost. Hold the line, don't break or bend. This battle we'll defend. We fight for hearts we won't forsake. No more lives for the system to break. Stand as one, make parenting great. Together we'll rewrite fate. Stop the greed and close the door. No more games, no keeping score. Chains of love should not be pried. No more tears
is where victims reside. Stop the greed and close the door. No more games, no keeping score. Chains of love should not be pried. No more tears where victims reside. When the day begins rolling in through from the night, been awake 4 damn days, still ain't nothing right. As I look at my wife so peaceful, I know it's just a matter of time when she wakes again and I hear her lose her mind. It's hard enough having the kids taken away. For the lies they spread have made it this way. I know you won't hear the truth, and that is not your fault. So I've been writing these songs to put in this vault. Every day without you is so friggin' long. Looking at the calendar, I wonder where has the time G1? All I do is bury my head in books to one day get back my kid they took. I never imagined this would be my life. We loved you so much, we never let you go. But when they came for you, I didn't know what to do. Waving from the back window is what I saw. My little girl in caseworker taking off. It wasn't fair, no one cared. That's what happened the day I lost. Why did this have to be us? There was nothing wrong, in God we trust. I challenge you, God, why is it me? He answers back, who would you rather it be? I don't know quite how to answer. Is it a challenge or is it an answer? Regardless of the choice, I still miss that voice that used to say, Daddy, I love you, good night. God, please do me a solid. You have all the worldly knowledge. Does she remember my name? Is she in pain? Will I ever see her again? I'm still asking the question every day, just waiting for him to shout out and say, but I don't hear a damn thing. I see an empty swing, and back in the books is where I'll be. Every day with and without you is so friggin' long. Looking at the calendar, I wonder where has the time G1. All I do is bury my head in books to one day get back my kid they took. My kid they took. Every day without you is so friggin' long. Looking at the calendar, I wonder where has the time G1. All I do is bury my head in books to one day get back my kid they took. I never imagined this would be my life. We loved you so much, we never let you go. But when they came for you, I didn't know what to do. Waving from the back window is what I saw. My little girl in case